This is about Liam and Eli.
No, it's not about Liam and Eli. Just say this is about.
This is about. Open his old car. And he did it. He's go for a drive. He get food. He drive home and to go dog. He talks to a campfire.
Now it's December. It's getting cold. It's getting down into the lower end of lower than I like it to be. Wish I lived in Florida, Bahamas. I'm really, if anybody that really knows me, I was meant to be a beach bum. Living in Ohio, I've lived in Minnesota. Well, I kept a heartbeat in Minnesota. It got so cold in the wintertime that you couldn't think. I still can't think, but at least now I know I can't think. Anyhow, we are gonna take a look at the heater. And we're gonna finish it up, and I'm gonna take you into the inside of this Model A again and see what we got going on. There's the heater. The top part here, this cast iron piece that sits on top of the exhaust manifold. The air comes in through here off the fan. It's a 2-bladed fan. Thinking of maybe upgrading that to a 4-blade. Goes through here, picks up the heat off the exhaust manifold, and goes into the cab right there. And this is what I rigged up. Clever, isn't it? I mean, that's the work of a real mechanic. Well, I still have that really nice round hole, and I was going to look for something to fit in there and do a little bit better job. So, searching everywhere to finish this heater application, I came up with nothing. Went down about 1 billion aisles at Lowe's. I finally broke down and sent away for this. Eckler's, they are a great company. I'll tell you, they have a lot of what you need. This little doohickey right here, actually made to order. I didn't know that they actually had a real vent for these things, and that's what I'm going to put in today and maybe take you for a little spin in the Model A. Okay, we've got the vent right here. We'll set it down on the seat. It's just simple little slide open. You can regulate your heat. You know, it's scientifically calibrated, I'm sure, and made with real galvanized, let's say probably not made in USA casting, aluminum or aluminish, and you can close it up. I'm going to put it upside down because that makes more sense to me. I got a couple holes re-drilled in there already, and this will only take a second, and we'll have regulated heat. Well, as you might have heard in my first video, before I ever take the car out, I always do a walk around, check the tires and the fluids, just general overall look at things before I take this car out. So I checked the tires. They look to be good. I don't have my gauge with me, but with these I can sight it. Now see here, I'm getting a little cracking in the tires. This is actually a spare tire that I put on because the new tire back here had a leak in it, and that is due to go to Mike's garage and have a new inner tube put on the inside, and then the tire with the cracks in it is going to go back for my spare. So let's take a look underneath the hood here. It's been a while since I've had the car out, and check the oil. Oil's clear, right up where it should be. Fan belt that is going to get tightened up. That's a little too loose for my liking. And I'm going to check. That's down. Check the coil. Plugs are all good. Take a walk around. Tire looks good. See, here's a new tire. It's just as smooth as can be. And I get my tires from Coker. They're a great company, along with where I got the heater part from, Eckler's. Just my last purchase from them was just, I had so much help. It was like the guy felt like it was his car, not mine. And you don't usually get that from a lot of suppliers. So I'm checking. It looks like it might have been a while since I've been down here lubing, so that is going to be my next project. I'm going to get in here and do some undercoating and maybe check the shackles and give it another lube job. That is coming up soon, I can tell that, before I put this away for the winter. I've got some, it looks like surface rust up there. It actually came out from flushing the radiator. And I need to clean that all off, neutralize it, and then undercoat it. And that'll be my next job. It's a good thing I checked under here, because I want to have that done before I go or putting this away for the winter, which is going to be very, very soon. So looks good. Check my lights. Yeah, we've got good lights. All right, let's take this thing for a ride. Been a while. In fact, the last time I had it out was the last YouTube video about a month ago. And I'll tell you what, before I put this thing away, there we go, get it all buttoned down. It has gotten quite dirty. You really can't, you can't tell in the video, but it is dirty. We're gonna go clean that off, give her a bath, and put her away. So let's go have some fun. Alrighty, let's get the heat turned on. That looks good. Turn the gas on. All right. It's in neutral. Clutch in. Ignition on. Let's fire up. Gosh, I love how this car is just so easy to start, even it's cold weather. It's about 28 degrees. All right, we are off. Another beautiful day. We moved out of the city about 30 years ago. I regretted it one snowstorm for about 8 hours, and that was it. We're heading to the car. stop by and see my friend Zach, who also helped out on this video quite a lot. And, it'd be me running back and forth trying to get those outside shots. But so a lot of things you do when you have an old Model A, you get friends involved, and we stopped by for a little Subway action. Oh, no, it's not Subway. It's Yabus. But it was a good sandwich. So my thanks to you, Zach.
Yep.
Well, thanks for coming along tonight. It was a good ride. I'm glad you could join me. I just want to talk about life lessons that you can learn from an old car and apply it to an old man. I just want to say I don't have any problems taking that car on a 40, 50 mile an hour jaunt because I take the time to go through the car and check all the areas that could potentially go wrong. You can't cover all of them. And no car is perfect, except that one's pretty close. But the reason I can take it out there like that is because I go around and take the time to take care of the problems before they become a catastrophe. So what can you learn about that from an old car to life? Well, what am I really doing with a car? I'm listening to it, in a sense. I'll make the connection here with me. I'm checking the fan valve. I'm listening to it. Is it telling me the oil's low? Is it telling me it needs to be greased? Is it telling me that there's an electrical short somewhere? I listen. And how can we apply this to life? Well, let me talk to the men. If there's any women watching this, freak accidents happen, but here's the clue. Just shut up and start to listen. Listen to your loved ones and your friends. Don't try to woo them with stories that they won't remember 5 minutes after you told it. Try listening. Listening and listen for things that could be going wrong. Your kids. I read one time that the average father spends 38 seconds of meaningful conversation with his children per week. That's a scary thought, isn't it? Won't take much to raise that bar. But the best part of conversation is listening. When you listen to your spouse, even if you don't understand what she's talking about, do it anyhow. Intently. Ask questions. Don't try to fix things at first. But learn to pick up on the signs. That look on your son's face when he comes home from school, provided that you're there. At the dinner table, provided that you're there. Your daughter, who's she spending time with? Do you think that you're going to pick up on these things through osmosis? Probably not. So that's the lesson that we can take from that old car. I listened to it, and I try to take care of the problems before they're a catastrophe. If I don't, I'm going to end up in the ditch. I'm going to end up with a tow vehicle chasing me down on my cell phone saying, "Come help me." Sometimes we do have to do the "come help me." And things do happen in life, and I've chosen in my life to talk to the Lord. I'm not afraid of saying, "God help me," and I mean it. And I mean it with Him. It's personal. Don't be afraid. You don't have everything that it takes, and you never will. But he promises that he would never leave us or forsake us. Boy, you can take that to the bank a million times. It's gotten me through so much of my life. Well, thanks for coming. And I hope you don't mind these little fireside chats. Yeah, they're kind of hokey, isn't it? I thought you'd think so, but still, I think it's a nice touch. And you might have a few more of these at the end of my Model A rides. But that's just something I have to put up with. Thanks for coming.
I love Richard Guy. It's fun.